Most animal lovers in the city come to the zoo for its convenient location near the bus terminal. The police firmly believe that whoever broke my car will be caught very soon. Staying healthy remains far better than treating illness, even for a pet monkey. Falling off the ladder is one thing. Walking away with only a minor bruise is quite another. Whatever feelings an elephant shows, joy, grief, or fear, they are just as real as our own. It is surprisingly easy for anyone to become addicted to Diet Coke without even realizing it. Being prepared for any emergency at any time can truly save your life. How to properly care for a giraffe in captivity is far more challenging than most people expect. What the twins chose to question before believing turned out to be a very wise habit. That a child's bicycle was stolen in broad daylight tells us the economy is in real trouble. In tennis, you must practice. The more you practice, the more that familiar thrill grows. It seems that becoming a qualified umpire requires years of intensive study. Experts have long been warning us never to eat raw mushrooms. That reporter would always give us a fair and honest opinion. The ball boy was eventually to become a respected history professor. Wearing the same uniform gives everyone a sense of unity. It takes most people less than a second to check the time on their phone. The coach expects this outstanding player to turn professional. Every serious tennis player regards his racket as the single most important tool. During the game, for which I had trained so hard, I finally felt confident again.
We could see the last golden light painting the mountain in breathtaking colors. The hikers gathered on that slope must have overlooked the safety warning. A wide range of everyday goods is now sold at the drugstore, making life far more convenient. Not all camping trips are dangerous. Winter camping, however, is a very different story. Where palm trees grow tall and wild, clearly indicates that the climate is warm and tropical. It is more cost-effective for everyone to invest in good rechargeable batteries from the start. Sitting quietly on a bench to organize your thoughts is a perfectly productive use of your time. A tourist watching a spectacular sunset from the cruise deck is living out a lifelong dream. A handle repaired with care and patience always feels more satisfying than a brand new one. The captain should have steered away from the rocks the moment he spotted them on the radar.
What your body truly needs is not food, but a generous amount of fresh, clean water. A good water fountain should be both consistently cold and clean. Remember to layer up on cold days. Nobody enjoys remembering catching a cold. The shape rang no bell at all. That is why it remained unclaimed for weeks. Our constant reliance on vending machines reflects our deep love of convenience over quality. It is true that 7-Up looks cleaner, but excessive consumption of any fizzy drink is still harmful. An old coin full of history and mystery is always worth far more than its face value. Every tool in the repairman's bag has a specific purpose. The repairman's decision to use the correct tool from the start cut the job time in half. Anyone who buys a cheap trash can to save money will almost certainly regret that decision.
Even the fastest supercomputer cannot make a forecast as reliable as we would like it to be. The earlier a producer begins training, the greater his potential becomes. Nothing is as critical to a business as a reliable telephone system. To give someone a pearl necklace as a symbol of love is one of the most timeless romantic gestures. Every announcer on the professional stage must protect his voice and master proper breathing techniques. Working during the day and studying at night, the girl delivers news with quiet determination. Having hidden the key under a flower pot, the man had unintentionally made it surprisingly easy for a burglar to enter the house. Every forecaster who appears on television has spent years mastering the complex science. There is now an app for every situation where you need a map. Traveling has never been so convenient. What consistently separates the top students from the rest is simply the number of hours spent at their desk.
A couple loyal enough to stay happily married for 50 years is truly blessed beyond what most people can imagine. The photographer, fortunately, has proven that a plant-based diet keeps you far healthier. I never travel without my camera, not because I am a professional, but because every moment deserves to be captured. However heavy the camera bag feels on your shoulder, never compromise on quality. Grandpa's practice is more inspiring than any natural talent, proving consistent effort beats everything. It was once perfectly common for children to collect stamps from every country. All other kitchen tools being set aside, a simple sturdy stool is sometimes the most welcome item. Always willing to help others first, Peter still competes with fierce determination. Although Peter is not a strict vegetarian, he eats plenty of fruit every day. Suppose another dog approaches while he is eating. The gentlest dog will growl unless you intervene.
I have never witnessed such silence as the eerie stillness of a sick room. She did not enjoy using the wheelchair, and neither did any member of her family. Whatever task a robot is designed to perform, it does so with speed and precision. It was the sudden rush of pure joy that made finding the gold coin such an unforgettable moment. It seems that the simple ability to speak and hear, which we take for granted, is nothing less than a miracle. A card game can let everyone relax, but let it become a betting game, and consequences can be devastating. We may as well admit that the days of gathering around a single television channel are long gone forever. The nurse believes that every patient deserves to be heard, cared for, and never left alone. She was such a genuinely kind friend that people stayed close to her for decades. We had the package carefully wrapped and labeled so that Jimmy could deliver it correctly. It is true that working a night shift pays well, but the toll it takes on your body is very real. A security guard falling asleep on duty puts the entire building at risk. The guard patrols the building with a walkie-talkie clipped firmly to his belt. The little cat gradually became the official mascot of the entire building. That child star would always dazzle the audience on stage. A lifetime of kindness makes a person what they truly are. The simple fact that your name tag carries your identity reminds us how powerfully a name shapes first impressions. The thief caught by the police this morning was given a warning and handed over to the court. The decision, the store manager finally made, surprised every member of staff. What the officer needed was not red tape, but a long roll of yellow caution tape.
It takes a society, many generations, to build an education system that gives every child equal opportunity. A great teacher encourages every student to think independently. The teacher had all the careless mistakes erased and corrected by his assistant before the paper was handed back to the student. It was extraordinarily thoughtful of the school janitor to buy a book for a student he barely knew. Our parents shape us into what we are and deserve our gratitude every single day. Most fans find the concert experience to be worth every penny. The boy walks to school with his sneakers, kept spotlessly clean. Everyone watched the girl dancing joyfully in the rain. It gradually became second nature for the girl to read at least one book a day. Never in the history of broadcasting has any single device connected so many lonely people.
Civilizations have depended on the Nile for thousands of years, and will continue to depend on it for thousands more. The pyramid, I believe, stands as permanent proof that ancient people possessed remarkable intelligence. The idea that buying a small gift is one of the most precious gestures cheered me up. If every household knew the warning signs of a cardiac event, countless lives would be saved. If ancient traders had not relied on camels, the trade routes would never have been established. If your uncle should ever win the lottery, every dream on his bucket list would become possible. You must not buy the bell when obsolete, if already equipped with a modern smartphone. I often act as if Abdullah were still sitting in his chair, guiding us with his quiet wisdom. He always carries himself as if he had already earned the gold belt. Having helped a friend without being asked, you will find yourself deeply satisfied.